Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Starkey Homestead. So my name is Sam. All right, I have to run to my husband's work real quick because I have to go into town. When you go into town where I live, you're going to run every errand that you have had in the past week. You're doing it all at one time because you don't want to have to go back into town anytime soon. Anyway, told you guys yesterday during the live that Steve and I was going to be heading towards Illinois to pick up some solar panels that a lovely, amazing, godly woman has donated to the farm, and it's big enough to run our well pump. So we are pumped, you guys, because without these solar panels, when we lose power, we lose water. Now I have a generator that can either run my deep freeze and necessities in the house, or it can run my well, but it can't run them both. So this is such a godsend. We're moving into hurricane season down here in the south, and you know, we've gone 15 days, no power, no water, in the middle of August when the temperature was above 110. So you guys all know I've got close to 100 living animals on my property. So that means that I am responsible for making sure everything on my property has fresh water. So this is such a godsend. But anyway, make a long story short, I wanted to make this video for you guys because tonight I'm speaking at my police jury, which is your city council. It is your, however your district is set up, you know, your community government policies are set up. So I'm going to speak to them for two reasons. One, we have cookie cutter neighborhoods coming up here, out here where I live, gobbling up the land, shoving as many houses as they can, and then making these arcane rules about who can grow food how. So I'm going on both those issues, and I'll have Steven record it for me. I'll put it up for you guys later tonight, but I'm going to let my voice be heard. And I'm also going to run for police juror in 3 years when the elections come up. So might as well go out and jump in, right?
This is our tunnel that's primarily slicing tomatoes.
Though Kelby and Pamela Young's farm is commercial, Pamela says growing food and raising livestock is something everyone should have the right to do.
I think we should encourage people to grow their own food and have lots of homesteaders, and I think we can thrive together and take care of each other in small farms and small homesteads rather than these big corporate farms.
She supports the recent Right to Food Amendment to the state constitution. It declares that everyone has a right to produce and consume food of their own choosing for their own health. It passed with bipartisan support in Maine's legislature and 61% of the vote.
What's behind Maine's Right to Food Declaration? Supporters say federal policies and corporate ownership of farms, processors, and food in general could make it harder for people to produce and buy what can be harvested locally.
So I did want to talk to you guys about that, but listen, as you're prepping and preparing your property for what is coming, loose lips sink ships. It's not what your neighbors think about you that you should be concerned with, friends. It's what your neighbors know about you, or what they think they know about you. I'm bringing this up because I had a young gentleman that lives in my neighborhood come work with me Saturday. One, so he can make a little money and buy dog food for his dog, and two, because I needed physical help. It was a win-win. Win for him, win for me. And during the time that we're working together, I said, Jamarcus, if by any chance you can't buy food at a store, yada, 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 where's the closest place to get food in our community? He said, right here. I said, that's right, me. I'm the only garden. If you put a pin on a map and go out 1 mile and circle, I'm it. I'm the only person with livestock. I'm the only person with a garden. Me. With probably 3,000 souls living within that 1 mile radius. So what does that say for Sam? I'm a target. I'm a target. They know I'm not playing. They know I'm out there busting it. I'm grinding. I'm out there sweating while they're sitting in the AC. They know it. And the first thing that's going to happen when everything pops off is it'll be nice at first. Oh, Samantha, my kids are hungry. I don't know what to do. We ran out of food. Well, you can come help me. You can come, move compost. You can come weed the garden. You can come seed these plants. Oh no, I just want the food. It reminds me of the little red hen. Nobody wanted to help her make that bread, but come on, didn't they all want to eat that bread? And that's what's going to happen to me. I already know the community I live in because I have eyes that see and ears that hear. I already know their hustles. I already know their lies. I already know their laziness. I see it everywhere. It don't stop me from doing me, and I don't judge them for being them. But don't think I won't shut that door in their face. Which then leads to this, middle of the night raids. People thinking I'm going to let them steal from me. So Jamarcus and I had a long heart-to-heart talk while we're on our hands and knees pulling carrots out of the soil. I told him what would happen to the very first person I catch in my garden or taking any of my livestock. And it was extreme. It was extreme. I went to the extremity. Because in a situation like that, you guys, my food is all I've got to survive. And the longer I can grow food, the less of my supplied food I have to get into. And I'm always thinking winter is coming. So I'm going to eat what I can grow up until I can't, if that makes sense. So if anybody is coming in and messing with what I'm growing, in my mind, you're trying to kill me. So I'm going to, in like, respond in kind. And he looks at me and he goes, I know you would, Miss Sam. I'm telling you, they know me well out here. I said, so I'll make you a deal, Jamarcus. When that time comes, I'm going to need security. Said, I'll work with you. You get me some solid people willing to perimeter secure my property during the day and the night, and I'll grow the food we all need to eat. I said, because if somebody kills me, who else around here can grow like this? Who else around here can take this minimal amount of property and produce thousands of pounds of food? Not just food, meat. Not just meat, medicine. Not just medicine, all right? I can go one step further. I can can it. I can mill it. I have a miller. So I can grow corn and turn it into cornmeal. See what I'm saying? I can pretty much make and grow everything I need right there on those 2 acres. So I told him, I was like, I'll grow it. Somebody's going to have to protect it. He said, I got you, Miss Sam. I got you. Guys, right here, I'm going to just butt in real fast. I'm going to show you a clip as to why they are demonetizing very specific platforms on YouTube. This guy nails it on the head as to why they were removing our money, right, on certain platforms across YouTube. It is also why it is so important, and we are so thankful to the ones of you that are rowing in our boat so we can continue putting out videos like this for you so you can get educated, get prepared, and be ready for anything that they throw at us.
To see how they're going to circumvent the debate, because they cannot let Joe Biden debate. There's no possible way. There's no possible way. Thanks, Shanna Marie. Someone said they didn't receive a notification on my live. You've been a member for 20 months now. Well, thanks, brother. They want to shadow ban, and this goes into the two-tier justice system. So what they do is this: is leftist content. They can pretty much go all outside the boundaries. They're not going to be penalized. But if anyone in the conservative realm does anything slightly against the community guidelines, a leftist can go against community guidelines all day, but then they'll use them to enforce them on conservatives or red pill guys, right wingers, whatever you want to say, normal human beings. They'll enforce their guidelines and deplatform you. It's the way, it's the two-tier justice system. Just like they allow leftist politicians that get away with murder, and then Trump's getting what is his 50th indictment. Of course it's intentional. Absolutely, man. It's part of their strategy to destroy America. And a lot of people ask, well, why would they would destroy America? Because they want to start over again. They want to start over. That's how it is.
You had better make friends with some young, strapping, healthy young men. Because that conversation didn't end there. We talked about the illegals. We talked about how they're everywhere. We talked about potential gang wars. We talked about what people see as real money and power, and how would we survive what was coming. And I created a tentative ally with somebody who has got, even at 15, enough firepower and enough friends to protect my property. You guys, make friends where you can. Connect where you can. Create teeny tiny patches of strength. Make people realize that killing you would be a bad thing. So it's not what your neighbors think about you, it's what they know about you. Everybody knows they can get food from me. Everybody knows that I'm the person who's got food and medicine and meat. Something to think about, friends. That's why Stephen was looking at Bulletproof Vest. God bless you. God protect you. Just remember, loose lips sink ships. It's too late for me. I'm out here educating the world. Everybody knows what Sam's got. Or do they? Do they really? Because don't ever think there are things that I don't show. My daddy raised me. I'm smarter than your average bear, and all my eggs are not in one basket, Britt. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful day. I'll upload sometime late tonight after I go to the police jury to fight for our right to grow food. One city at a time, folks. One city at a time. We're going to take America back. Works, you guys. It's Lion King Ministries. You guys look it up online.
President Biden tells American farmers they should be feeding the world, yet he removes the tools and the technology they need at every turn.
But as popular as Maine's right to food constitutional amendment is, not everyone's on board. Kelby Young worries about unintended consequences, like a stress on state funds and personnel used to help small farms like Old Haven.
Resources that us as a farm that's producing commercially need or become less available because they don't add more positions at a state level because you don't increase your tax base. They don't have a right to grow food police, but somehow we have to figure out how this works in our food system and our economy.
At this popular farmers market in Portland, Maine,
I think that most places should be licensed.
Organic dairy farmer Doug Donahue also raised concerns about giving everybody the right to produce and sell food.
Great. Well, the problem is if somebody were to make somebody sick, whether it's a licensed or unlicensed dairy, it shows badly on all dairy farms and could affect our business.
Thank you very much.
So far, Maine isn't dialing back on the right to food, and if the past is any indicator, other states will follow suit as consumers continue to fret about what they've seen and what's to come.